In today's fast-paced world, we are bombarded with noise. The constant hum of traffic, the incessant ping of notifications, and the never-ending stream of information from our devices create a cacophony that drowns out the quieter, more meaningful moments of life. Constant notifications, endless news cycles, and the pressure to always be on can leave us feeling disconnected and unheard. We are so plugged into the digital world that we often miss the subtle cues and emotions of those around us. The irony is that, in our quest to stay connected, we often end up feeling more isolated. It's easy to forget the simple power of truly listening. In the midst of all this noise, the act of listening becomes a rare and precious gift. It's not just about hearing words, it's about understanding the emotions and intentions behind them. Yet, amidst the clamor, genuine listening emerges as a superpower. It has the ability to cut through the noise and create a moment of connection that is both profound and transformative. When we listen with our full attention, we validate the other person's experience and make them feel valued. It's the key to unlocking deeper connections, fostering empathy, and building more meaningful relationships. When we listen, we open the door to understanding and compassion. We create a space where people feel safe to share their thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment. Listening, in its truest form, is more than just hearing the words someone speaks. It involves paying attention to body language, tone of voice, and the pauses between words. It's about being fully present in the moment and giving the other person our undivided attention. It's about creating a space where people feel seen, heard, and understood. This kind of listening requires us to put aside our own thoughts and agendas and focus entirely on the other person. It's a selfless act that can have a profound impact on our relationships. It's about putting aside our own agendas, judgments, and distractions to fully focus on the person in front of us. In a world where multitasking is the norm, giving someone our full attention is a powerful way to show that we care. This kind of deep listening is rare and precious, and it has the power to transform our relationships. It allows us to connect on a deeper level and build trust and intimacy. When we listen deeply, we create a bond that can withstand the challenges and stresses of life. When we feel truly listened to, a profound shift occurs. We feel valued and respected, and our self-esteem grows. We are more likely to open up and share our true selves, which leads to deeper and more meaningful connections. Our defenses lower, our hearts open, and we feel safe to be vulnerable. This vulnerability is the foundation of genuine connection. It allows us to be our authentic selves and to connect with others on a deeper level. This vulnerability is the foundation of genuine connection. It allows us to build trust, deepen intimacy, and create bonds that can withstand life's inevitable storms. When we are vulnerable, we invite others to be vulnerable as well, creating a cycle of trust and connection. It allows us to build trust, deepen intimacy, and create bonds that can withstand life's inevitable storms. In a world where superficial interactions are common, deep listening stands out as a way to create lasting and meaningful relationships. In a world starved for connection, the ability to listen deeply is more important than ever. It's a skill that can be cultivated and practiced, and it has the power to transform our lives and the lives of those around us. It's time to rediscover the power of quiet attention and unlock the transformative potential of truly listening. By doing so, we can create a world where everyone feels heard, valued, and connected. True listening goes beyond simply hearing the words being spoken. It involves a deeper level of engagement and understanding that transcends the mere act of hearing. It's an active and engaged process that requires our full presence and attention. When we listen actively, we are not just passively absorbing information, we are participating in a dynamic exchange. When we truly listen, we listen with our ears, our eyes, and our hearts. This means being attuned to the subtleties of communication, such as facial expressions, gestures, and the emotional undertones that accompany words. We pay attention not only to what is being said, but also to how it is being said, the tone of voice, the body language, the emotions behind the words. These nonverbal cues often convey more than the words themselves. Just listen emphasizes the importance of understanding the speaker's perspective. This involves putting ourselves in their shoes and seeing the world from their vantage point. It's about stepping outside of our own experiences and trying to see the world through their eyes. This shift in perspective can lead to greater empathy and a deeper connection with the speaker. This requires empathy, curiosity, and a willingness to let go of our own assumptions. By approaching conversations with an open mind, we allow ourselves to be fully present and receptive to the other person's experience. When we approach conversations with this mindset, we create a space for genuine understanding and connection. This space is where true communication happens, where both parties feel valued and heard. One of the key principles of effective listening is to focus on the speaker, not yourself. This means setting aside our own thoughts, judgments, and responses to fully engage with what the other person is saying. When someone is sharing their thoughts or feelings, resist the urge to interrupt, offer advice, or share your own experiences. Instead, give them the space to express themselves without fear of being judged or interrupted. Instead, simply be present with them, listen without judgment, and allow them the space to feel heard. This act of presence can be incredibly powerful and healing for the speaker. Remember, listening is not about waiting for your turn to speak. It's about being fully engaged in the moment and giving the other person your undivided attention. It's about creating a safe and supportive space for the other person to express themselves fully. This environment fosters trust and openness, allowing for more meaningful and authentic communication. By embracing the art of truly listening, we unlock the door to deeper connections and more meaningful relationships. This practice not only enriches our interactions but also enhances our understanding of others and ourselves. In a world where distractions are constant, the ability to truly listen is a rare and valuable skill that can transform our relationships and our lives. In a world that often feels rushed and chaotic, silence can feel uncomfortable. We often feel the need to fill every pause in conversation with words, but in doing so, we can miss out on the power of comfortable silence. Silence can be a powerful tool for building connection and understanding. When we allow for moments of silence in our conversations, it gives both the speaker and the listener time to process their thoughts and emotions. It creates space for reflection, contemplation, and deeper understanding. Silence also allows us to listen more attentively to what is being said, both verbally and non-verbally. In Just Listen, Goulston suggests that comfortable silence is not about awkwardness, but about creating a space for authenticity. It's about allowing the conversation to breathe and unfold naturally, without the pressure to constantly fill the space with words. Embrace the power of the pause. Don't be afraid to let a moment of silence linger. Allow yourself and the other person the time to truly absorb what is being said and felt. You might be surprised at the depth of connection that can emerge from these quiet moments. Asking questions is a fundamental part of effective communication, but not all questions are created equal. The way we frame our questions can significantly impact the quality of the responses we receive and the overall flow of the conversation. Closed-ended questions, which can be answered with a simple yes or no, can often stifle conversation and limit understanding. These types of questions can make the interaction feel more like an interrogation rather than a meaningful exchange of ideas. Open-ended questions, on the other hand, invite the speaker to elaborate, share their thoughts and feelings more fully, and feel truly heard. They encourage a more dynamic and engaging dialogue, allowing for a richer exchange of information and emotions. Open-ended questions typically begin with words like how, what, or why. These words naturally prompt the respondent to provide more detailed and expansive answers, fostering a deeper level of communication. For example, instead of asking, "Did you have a good day?" try asking, "What was the best part of your day?" This type of question not only opens the door for a more detailed response but also shows that you are genuinely interested in the other person's experiences. This simple shift in language can make a world of difference in the depth and quality of your conversations. It transforms a mundane exchange into an opportunity for genuine connection and understanding. When we ask open-ended questions, we demonstrate a genuine interest in the other person's perspective. This not only helps to build rapport, but also encourages the other person to open up and share more freely. We create a space for them to share their experiences, their thoughts, and their feelings in a meaningful way. This can lead to a more profound understanding of each other and strengthen the bond between the participants in the conversation. This not only helps us to understand them better, but also makes them feel valued and respected. When people feel heard and understood, they are more likely to engage in future conversations and share more openly. Remember, the goal of asking questions is not to interrogate or to direct the conversation, but to listen, to learn, and to connect. By focusing on open-ended questions, we can create a more inviting and inclusive atmosphere for dialogue. By embracing the power of open-ended questions, we can turn ordinary conversations into opportunities for deeper understanding and more meaningful connections. This approach not only enriches our interactions but also fosters a sense of community and mutual respect. So next time you find yourself in a conversation, remember to ask open-ended questions. You'll be amazed at how much more you can learn and how much closer you can feel to the people around you. Open-ended questions are a simple yet powerful tool for enhancing communication and building stronger relationships. In conclusion, the beauty of open-ended questions lies in their ability to transform our interactions. They help us move beyond surface-level exchanges and dive into more meaningful and enriching conversations. By making a conscious effort to incorporate open-ended questions into our daily interactions, we can foster a more connected and understanding world.